Hey, this is Tom Quimby, Senior Editor at Hardworking Trucks, and another edition of News and Views. So, this is a tough story coming out of Santa Monica, California. I had to do a double take when I saw this. They've had so much crime out there that the United States Postal Service has actually canceled deliveries to a certain neighborhood there within Santa Monica because of assaults against their carriers. And so I reached out to confirm this, and sure enough, yep, USPS said they are having issues there. And it says here, in response to the matter involving delivery services in Santa Monica over the last several months, we have had 3 separate incidents in the 1300 block of 14th Street in Santa Monica involving 3 separate letter carriers. For the safety of our employees, we've had to temporarily suspend delivery of mail to these customers. However, mail is available for pickup at the main post office located on 7th Street. This is an unusual but necessary step to protect our employees. Now, Santa Monica Police Department has had a lot of pushback, a lot of concerned citizens contacting them because crime has been on the rise. So Santa Monica Police Department put out a statement regarding, say, this issue that they're having trying to fight crime. They don't have enough people, I mean, simply put. All right, so they're saying it was due to a labor shortage that they can't get enough people out to patrol, which can be really frustrating, right? So in their statement here, it says it will likely come as no surprise to many that we're suffering from a labor shortage as our employers across the country. This shortage impacts operations and services throughout the city. The reality is that vacancy levels in the police department are at historic levels. This is frustrating for members of our police department that are working hard day in and day out to keep the community safe and respond to calls for service. So no doubt, right? They've got some really capable people. They just don't have enough of them, right? So anyways, they do have a drone they've been using, right? So they say that's been helpful. Now, I guess it could be a deterrent, and also we know that they can get some good video footage. And they also have a therapy van. I kid you not. Now, the idea here is to be preemptive, right? They want to go ahead and try to, say, identify folks that are having mental health problems and give them services, treatment there in the van. And that might be helpful, possibly, right? But obviously, I mean, the real issue here is they just don't have enough folks out on patrol, which is like your biggest deterrent. And so, yeah, if you go to crimemapping.com, and I recommend that you do that, you can put in, say, an address, really for any location in the U.S. You can put in, so in this case, I put in Santa Monica, 14th Street in this area, and it just lights up on this map with all these different, crimes that are occurring over the past month. And you can go ahead and you can change the dates, right, to get feedback, say, for different time periods. But anyway, so past month, they've had, say, a lot of crimes, and the second most frequent crime has been assault, right, the last month. So yeah, definitely a problem there. And again, I've never heard of the post office stopping delivery, because of assaults against their carriers. I reached out to them on that, and they were not able to respond to that question, or at least they haven't responded to it yet. They just gave me the statement here. So I don't know about injuries to the carriers. They didn't respond to that either. So hopefully their carriers are doing okay. And they said it's temporary, the post office. So if they say it's temporary, that tells me they're going to have, say, a way of putting an end to this threat against their carriers. And they do have postal inspectors that are on the case. That's another part of the statement here. And of course, they have arrest powers. And this is a federal agency. Okay, so federal offense, obviously, right? When you do mess, with the post office. So if Santa Monica Police Department, they can't get down to, they can't find out who's committing the crimes, then we know, of course, Postal Service can. Okay, and maybe they will. Maybe they'll be the ones to actually solve the case. But either way, obviously, you can't have that. All right, so it's tough too, because the people that aren't getting their mail, they've got to go ahead and go down to the post office to pick up their mail. So that's a big inconvenience. Hey, a lot of this could be related, yes, right? Defund the police. We know that had a big impact at police departments across the country. They end up scaling back on police forces under just increasing scrutiny from certain groups. And so, well, there you go, right? You end up with fewer men and women patrolling the streets, and then surprise, you have a rise in crime. Okay, correlation? Yeah, I think so. So, hopefully, again, they'll get this under control. It's been ongoing according to the Postal Service. They're saying, for like the last 3 months, right, the carriers they've been assaulted there along 14th Street in that 1300 block area. So, okay, they've got to obviously get this under control, right, before Postal Service goes back. And, I can't blame them. Again, I mean, remember they had that old motto, right? Rain, sleet, snow. Well, when it comes to assaults, who can blame them? Okay. Yeah, I put the brakes on too, right? Keep my people safe until they can go ahead and just get this under control.